what they're gonna come up with. Like Shorty came up here and he went back in time 4 times. I'm like, how the fuck, you can't do that? And then I was like, you found a loophole, okay. And then Pete come up here and he's like, man, let me tell you all the things I would say, but I'm not gonna say. So that was pretty clever. I like that a lot. This next motherfucker, let me tell you about this next motherfucker. The first time I ever entered into a comedy competition, I had to miss a week. It was because I had to go to Mardi Gras. I didn't want to miss Mardi Gras. So I had my man go to the competition and be my proxy. And we worked out a bit the week before, and he went up and killed, placed second that night, and I don't know if I got all the points, but I stayed in the running, and I appreciate him for that. Also, Cedric was the host, and Cedric was like, I ain't never seen no shit like that before in my life! I never will, again. Y'all get it up for my man, Doug James, my brother from another mother. Probably the closest male friend I have in this world. Y'all give it up for Doug.
Man, fuck Woody. He think you know somebody. He ain't know nobody. Love you, buddy. Hey, give it up for all the comedians tonight, man. Y'all been making me laugh all damn night, and I'm an amateur. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing out here, but I've enjoyed watching y'all. 5 words that I would say to my younger self. It makes me actually think back to that younger man, you know, that 30 years ago, just the guy that just barely graduated high school, and right before, or actually right during the 2 years that I failed out of 2 different colleges right afterwards. You remember the dude last week I told you about, you know, that suffered from this bitch and that bitch. Well, he grew into a sex, drugs, and rock and roll maniac by the time he turned 18 years old. I'm talking dumb. Dumb as fuck. I'm talking about eating a bowl of soup with a fork, dumb. I'm talking about so dumb he ain't even earned a B yet, just D-U-M kind of dumb. You know, my favorite thing to do was, you know, just see how much narcotics I could force into my body as much as possible. And you know, my favorite thing to do was take handfuls of acid and go driving around like Cleveland and, you know, big cities, and, you know, we're talking dumb, capital motherfucking T. So what could I possibly, as a 52-year-old man, go back in time and talk to that dumb motherfucker? What could I possibly say that would even resonate in that motherfucker's brain? Ain't too much. There really ain't too much. Because, you know, it's partying and titties, and we've heard all these topics, and alcohol and cocaine and all these wonderful things. And if I were to be confronted with myself, that's the last motherfucker I'm gonna pay attention to. I mean, what could I possibly say to this young motherfucker? I don't even like this dude. What I need is to be visited by my 80-year-old self to get some fucking pointers on shit. I would actually respect that motherfucker, because I know he don't like me. He don't like, because the motherfucker was 20, that motherfucker 30 years ago, he's a dumb motherfucker, and if I could slap him upside the head first, that's what I would do, actually. I wouldn't, and come to think of it, that kid was so good at just blowing money. He didn't know shit about shit, didn't know how to earn a buck, didn't know the stress of a man with a baby going into a grocery store with nothing but your WIC coupons and your EBT card, and you going down to the Similac aisle and you find everything on lockdown is behind the glass, and they got the cameras and they got a sniper up on the motherfucker, and they're just waiting for a motherfucker to touch the Similac because it's $42,000 for a case. This dude didn't know that kind of stress. Didn't understand what it meant to make a buck to do. So the only advice I would give this kid would be financial. I'd buy you some Amazon. buy you some of this stuff. But then, oh my God, could you imagine that dude as a billionaire? Elon Musk, I am not, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, $1 billion and me is probably gonna end up in my own death, and probably a lot of y'all's too. So, all I could do, just basically to save humanity and the course of history as we know it, all I could possibly say to my motherfucking self is, you know what? Fuck it. Do your best.
Thanks, y'all. That's nothing.
Oh yeah.